We wanted to dig a lot deeper into some of the aspects of this case, the investigative details, the behavioral details. And with us tonight to get into those details, retired FBI agent and profiler after having spent 25 years with the Bureau, Gregg McCrary is here with us. And we want to be clear with folks, Greg, you were not involved in the investigation of this case.
That's correct.
The FBI itself was involved, but you personally were not. So we just want to set that clear for folks out there who are wondering about it. So the accident report is lengthy. It goes into a lot of details, but there wasn't a lot of physical evidence left behind at the scene. Case in point number one, Maryland State Police tell me that there wasn't any paint transferred from the offending vehicle, the suspect vehicle, to Kyle Farrell's truck. What does that tell us, and what direction could that lead us in?
Well, it might go to the type of vehicle or that struck his car that would not have paint. But we have to keep in mind also that probably paint from his car got onto the vehicle that struck his car. So there would be no paint transfer that was mutual, but it could be one side from Kyle's car onto that particular vehicle or trailer. We believe it is.
And why is that important? Why would that be a good piece of evidence?
Well, detail? It could be because people could be aware of that, that has been at least potentially damaged, or at least having the paint of that car on the side of that trailer, which may mean it had to be fixed or it had to be touched up or something would have had to have happened.
For better or for worse, I watch a lot of crime shows, a lot of these CSI shows. We know from the piece that the suspect vehicle had a large chunk of Kyle's vehicle stuck in the trailer. And we know that the suspect got out, looked at the damage to their trailer, pulled that chunk of Kyle's truck out and tossed it into the grass onto the shoulder there on Route 15. So I'm thinking, hey, we've got fingerprints that we could potentially match up to somebody, but it's not that easy.
No, it's not the CSI. We call it the CSI effect. Everybody thinks there's going to always be this great forensic trace evidence, fingerprints, DNA. Those are the exceptions, not the rule in these cases.
Now why? Why is that? I know it was raining that night. Does that degrade whatever evidence?
Certainly it can. And fingerprints, the person has to have enough oil on the finger to leave it. It has to be the correct sort of surface to leave it on. And so there are a number of variables that go into that. And a lot of times you just get smudges and smears rather than a really discernible latent print.
One aspect of this case where the FBI was involved, I'm told by authorities with the Maryland State Police, is combing through the voluminous cell phone data from towers in the area of the accident. Not a lot of people up there, so not that many cars are traveling through that area compared to around here, the Beltway. What can be gleaned from that information? And there comes a point where you have to get a warrant to try to find out more.
That's correct. You could get the raw data from the cell phone. In other words, which phones are pinging off a given tower, and who that might be, and who might be in the area would be leads. But to dig down any deeper, you really need to have probable cause to believe, rights of privacy and all that before they could begin pulling a lot of underlying data.
We're going to get into some more of the behavioral components of this, your specialty, profiling, when we come right back with our WSA 9 special.